Steel and Flame, Book 1 of the Guilds of Avlaan series is available on Amazon. If you like fluffy wolf-lolly protagonists and Japanese light novels, follow the link below to check it out.
Hello, Leonardo Cornejo here with another video, and today I want to talk about something that you will start asking yourself, why is it related to writing, and I will explain why. First of all, I want to say, Daigo is not graduating. First of all, because he's not an idol, and second, because he's here to stay. He's not leaving. The reason he has been unavailable is because, well, things have happened, and especially with the cat almost dying, and he's not as mentally stable as I am. He's not as mentally resilient as I am, despite being this godlike being and being fictional. So since he's not that mentally stable, he is out. He's not available until further notice, so basically Daigo is taking an indefinite hiatus. Now, going for the main video. First of all, I wanna say, you will ask, why this video, why the title, why the Rito? That's a Mexican meme, by the way. Why are we going to talk about something that seems so unrelated with writing? And actually it's because I want people to know more about the world. Because I think one of the biggest problems with writers is that they limit themselves to what they know and don't conduct research in what they don't know. And then they stick to bad information, basically, or to things that are not true, or limit themselves to only what they know, and they don't investigate new things. And I want you to know a new thing which will help your writing and have fun with it. This will be a less serious video. I will have other more serious videos in the making later, but since I am also recovering from my cat nearly dying, I want to take my time to make a less serious video. So we begin. Salsa is a lie. There is no such thing as salsa in Mexico. There is no such thing as salsa in Mexican food. And when I'm done with this video, you will learn why there is no such thing as salsa in Mexico, and why you can actually use that knowledge to improve your writing and to even write using Mexico as a setting or taking inspiration from Mexico, even if you have never visited Mexico at all. Now let's begin why I'm saying that salsa doesn't exist. Well, first of all, I have noticed, and more like a general aspect, that most Americans refer to salsa when they talk about two different things that are part of Mexican dishes. First of all, the word salsa. It's important to explain. The word salsa does exist in Mexican Spanish. The word salsa means sauce. Yeah, you need the goddamn sauce. Well, it means sauce, and it includes multiple types of sauces, of dishes, and of more like condiments, even ketchup, tomato sauce, Worcester sauce, which we call salsa inglesa, many hot sauces, different types of hot sauces. You have chipotle sauce, you have the classic Tabasco sauce, which is popular in both regions, buffalo sauce, which is popular in both regions, different types of sauces. Even guacamole is actually considered a sauce over here, and it's not this avocado puree. It's actually a little bit more liquid over here. It's a sauce. It's a sauce made with avocado and chili peppers as base ingredients. It uses other ingredients. I must say I don't like hot sauces. I don't like chili peppers. Yes, I'm Mexican. That's the craziest part of this all. So I don't know the full ingredients of most hot sauces. I am basically making a very bare bones explanation. The thing is, guacamole is a sauce over here. It's a lot more liquid. It can be, it depends a lot on how you make it, but it can be a little thicker, a little more liquid, but it's not this nearly solid spread that Americans are used to. That's more of an American version, and it's related to what I'm going to talk about later, because that's basically the way guacamole texture is obtained, by a very certain way in which sauces can be made over here. The thing is, you don't have salsa like what Americans think of as salsa. The two things you call salsa are two types of different recipes. One is a sauce and the other is more of a garnishing, and one is what we call pico de gallo, which is basically chopped tomato, onions, chili peppers, often green, and cilantro. I'm not sure, I think coriander refers to the whole plant and the seeds, and cilantro is the leaves, because we are the ones using it for that. Cilantro. Or parsley. It depends a lot on who is making it, and what their taste buds think of cilantro. But normally it's cilantro. And sometimes they add garlic or other ingredients, but it's basically onion, tomato, chili peppers, and cilantro. Chopped. Not crushed, not in a puree, not in a liquid, not in a sauce. And Americans call that salsa very often, and they use it, for example, for snacks, for nacho chips and things like that. Well, in Mexico we also use it for that, but we don't call it salsa. We call it pico de gallo. The thing is, we don't use it as a dipping sauce. We don't use it as a dip. It's often a garnishing. Sometimes it's used as a topping for a few snacks. For example, what we call dorilocos includes that as a part of the topping, with other ingredients as topping. The dorilocos are basically, you open a bag of Doritos and you throw a bunch of shit on them, including hot sauce, and make it into a new snack with many toppings, and it's very popular over here, but personally I find it disgusting. Personally, I find it disgusting. Many really popular things over here I find them disgusting. Or for example, they use it as a topping on tostadas, which is this, basically this tortilla that is made into it's made into a huge tortilla chip. It's fried until it turns hard. They put it in it, fried or baked. They put it on the tostada as a topping, or as a combination with other toppings. For example, with pickled pig skin, which is part of the Mexican cuisine, or with beans, or with anything. It's a garnishing or topping. That's what pico de gallo is. You can add it even to pozole, or as garnish for meat, for ceviche. My father likes it a lot, by the way. My parents, but my father in particular, they like it a lot. My sister and I, we don't like it, and I personally hate it. The thing is, that's pico de gallo, and it's one of the things you call salsa in America. The other, and that's the funnest one, and that's related to guacamole. It's a thick, coarsely grinded sauce, which we call molcajete sauce, salsa de molcajete, or molcajeteado, or molcajeteada, or salsa molcajeteada. The name comes from the kitchen instrument used to make it, which is called molcajete. It's this round bowl made of stone, with four legs for support, which functions basically like a mortar. And you have a mortar and pestle. You have this stone which you use with the molcajete and crush things on it until they become a paste. That's how you make guacamole. And that's what you make any of the multiple variants of salsa molcajeteada, which uses as a central ingredient chili peppers of any variety. You could use habanero, you could use jalapeno, you could use chipotle, you can use many different or even mixes of chili peppers. And other ingredients, you can use only chili peppers, or you can use garlic, onion, tomato, whatever you want, and you crush them in this stone mortar. It's kinda cute actually, and I will explain why I say that later as part of the video, because it will contribute to your writing and to your understanding of Mexican culture. You crush it in this stone mortar until it becomes a paste, and it's quite coarse, and that's what you call salsa very often when it's not pico de gallo. And the one you call salsa looks a lot and has the same ingredients and texture as the salsa molcajeteada, made with chili peppers and tomato as core ingredients, and it's red, and it's a red paste which has a spicy flavor. That's it. That's what you call salsa. And guacamole is very similar in ingredients, but the core ingredient is avocado. The thing is, you crush these ingredients and you get a paste closer to what you know as guacamole. Basically, it's the molcajeteado version of guacamole. What you know as guacamole is very similar to that, a lot less thick, and it has more chili pepper than the American version. The American version is basically an avocado based spread, and over here is considered a chili pepper based spread. And we also sometimes use green tomatoes, both for guacamole as an additional ingredient or for green sauces, including molcajete sauces. The thing is, you don't have like this really thick guacamole over here. It's a lot more liquid, and when you use a blender or other means to make it, it's a lot more liquid. In fact, almost whenever you go to a taco stand over here, which tacos are very different by the way over here too, you will find many options of different types of sauce: habanero sauce, chipotle sauce, red pepper sauce, green pepper sauce, guacamole, and it's liquid, it's very liquid. Molcajete sauce, which, as I said, it's closer to a paste. It's often crushed into, it depends a lot on the taste too, but it's often crushed until it becomes almost liquid, but some people really like it chunky. No joke, we have different, depending on how much you crush it, you have different textures on molcajete sauce. People really actually choose their own recipe. They make their own technique, and some are chunkier than others. Some are a lot more solid than others. Some are a lot more liquid than others. Of course, you add some water to make the crushing easier, or the water of the ingredients themselves. It depends a lot on who is making it, how liquid or solid the texture will be. But basically, that's what you call salsa. The reason I said the molcajete is cute is because we are talking about a round rock-made mortar with 4 legs, and it is cute. And I am not joking, not only because of the round shape. It is so relatively cute compared to other kitchenware that some of the people who carve the stone to make molcajetes actually give it an animal shape. No joke. They give it a little animal head on one side and a tail on the other, or just the head. It is cute, and that's something you can actually use if you read the story in Mexico, the description of the molcajete, because really they carve an animal face or an animal head on part of the stone, and then you have this animal-shaped bowl. This animal-shaped mortar with 4 legs. Something interesting also, many of the sauces served, many of the molcajete sauces are actually served with the molcajete itself. So basically they make the sauce and they put them traditionally, and they leave it in the molcajete, and you scoop it up with a spoon or something to put it in on your food. It has become such a cultural icon that some restaurants put other hot sauces in a molcajete too, but instead of using the traditional stone molcajete, they use these plastic copies, these plastic replicas which look like a molcajete but made of plastic, and it's not functional. It's almost a toy. It's a decoration basically, because it's cute. It's really cute. It's a cute thing. So they actually like it as a cultural icon. And that's part of Mexican culture, of Mexican cuisine, which often is overlooked, and people imagine that our hot sauces or tacos are similar to what Americans know about our hot sauces and our tacos, and they imagine the Mexican dishes served with salsa they hear, and they imagine this like dish served with pico de gallo or with molcajeteado, and they imagine tacos, and they imagine the American style Taco Bell tacos, which are not the tacos we have here. You can look up Mexican tacos and you will see it's very different. First of all, the tortilla is not toasted or fried or baked until it gets hard. No, it's soft. It's very, very soft. You can actually roll it up. And the filling, there is a wide variety. Now, many say that no, it's Taco Bell tacos are not tacos, they are not valid. I disagree with most Mexicans on that. The fillings Americans put on tacos are not very popular here, but you can make tacos with them here too, with the soft shell too, because it's ground beef. And the ground beef tacos do exist here. It's something some people make at home and they won't talk about it. They are more like homemade food. And for example, you can make tacos of everything. Butter. I knew a kid who made tacos with butter, sugar, and here's the weird part: ants taken from ant hills from the street. And that guy made them with that. For example, my mother really liked to make tacos with fried potato peels. Whenever she cooked something with potatoes, she would fry the peels and make them in a taco and eat it. You can make tacos with anything over here. I have seen sausage tacos. They're gross. You can make tacos with anything, even with sweet things. For example, my sister used to make tacos with strawberries and banana slices when she was a child. You can make tacos with everything, so you can get really a lot more creative if you know all these facts about Mexico. Because I have noticed many works of fiction made by known Mexicans set in Mexico tend to grab the misconceptions from their country. It's salsa as something very different to what are the hot sauces over here, or often using pico de gallo instead of hot sauce, or these American style tacos and all those things that are not even known here. And it's really laughable. Or for example, this is one that is funny because neither country wants to take credit of it. Nachos. To Americans, nachos are Mexican food, which is true. To Mexicans, nachos are American food, which is not true. The truth is, and this is the story, nachos were an improvised snack to impress American tourists at closing hour. The story, allegedly, is that this guy named Ignacio didn't have any idea of what the business was closing, and he had tourists asking for something, and he decided to come up with something at the moment, to improvise something using tortilla chips. We use them here, by the way, and we call them totopos. The tortilla chip over here is called totopo. He used these tortilla chips, cheese sauce, which was very popular with American tourists over there, and vinegar pickled chilies, which are really popular over here. Jalapenos, they are really popular over here. Vinegar pickled jalapenos are really popular. I don't like them, and I prefer my nachos without them. But he basically made that combination and was like, here, nachos special. And that's how it became nachos. Because this guy named Ignacio, or nicknamed Nacho, served them as that. Nachos special. And it was an improvised dish. And the reason we know it happened in Mexico is because that guy constantly told the story about how he made a new dish by improvising something for some American tourists during closing hours, because he didn't have anything else to serve them and he didn't want to disappoint them and be rude. So he decided to improvise something that had never existed before. So yes, it's Mexican. Nachos are Mexican. And actually we modify them a lot, because we add them we put really weird things on them. For example, many decided to add pico de gallo to nachos, and I'm like, god damn it, I don't like that. I like my nachos with just cheese. To American, maybe. Not Mexican enough, maybe. But nachos are part of both. That's also why Mexicans say it's American. It's because basically these people were Americans and they brought them to America. They remembered them and brought them to America. Basically, American tourists who returned from Mexico after trying nachos special made nachos, I think, over there. So it's basically both. It's basically from both. But it was invented here in Mexico, and I'm proud of that. The thing is, and that's a reflection on many things, because this reflection actually originated from something that I will talk about later in further detail, but from Genshin Impact. And I was playing the Avlaan expansion, and I noticed the effort they put on research for all the things related to Mexico. Avlaan is not only Mexico, but those are the parts I recognize because I live in Mexico. When I saw the effort they put on the research for the things that they used Mexico as reference, I was impressed. And I thought, many American content creators don't do that. Many American writers don't do that. We have a controversy related to that with Primos, this horrible Disney show. So, since many Americans don't do that and they think we eat what they call salsa in all our dishes, and that's not true, because it's not even one thing but two different things, maybe I can help them by explaining one of those things. And if you like it and if you have questions about other Mexican things, leave it in the comments, and I can make more videos about it. I can make more videos to help writers learn more about Mexico, to make their writing better in that regard, to help them with research, to make research easier. You have learned at least about 3 different things today: the molcajete, the different types of sauces we have, including salsa molcajeteada, and the pico de gallo. You have learned about at least 3 things today that you didn't know about. Forget the kid with the butter and nuts tacos, please. Try to forget him. that you didn't learn that. You didn't learn that. Forget that. The thing is, you have learned about 3 things here, thanks to this video. So, if you have more questions, if you want to learn more about Mexico for your writing, ask me about it. And if you want to make jokes about that kid, he will be remembered. Make jokes about that kid. Butter and sugar. The butter and sugar actually I also learned that recipe with another kid too. Apparently, for some reason, kids love to make tacos with butter and sugar. But that kid, danced to it. And really, he really liked them. He was like, "No, these are really good, man." I was in elementary school too, so we didn't talk like dude bros, but making the dude bro voice makes it funnier. So he was like, "No, man, I swear this is really good, man. These are really good tacos. These sand tacos." And I'm like, "Dude, those are ants." And of course, we were elementary school kids, and I tried them too. They weren't that big of a deal. I tried them, but they didn't become a habit for me. I wonder what he's up to now. I wonder if he's still eating. He's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. I don't remember exactly his age, but he's probably an adult if he's still alive. Unless something paranormal happened and he stopped in time, but I wonder if in his adult life he still eats and tacos. God damn it, that's weird as fuck. The thing is, you learned new things today, and you can use them to improve the quality of your writing, to make research easier. And that's the purpose of this video, make research easier, because I have seen many content creators of different countries, and you have, for example, Shadiversity, and you have, for example, Metatron, who make these videos about culture of other countries, and those videos have helped me a lot in my writing. But they don't really, well, Shadiversity does, but most of these content creators don't really focus that much on the part of making the writing easier, on making research for writing easier. They make research in general easier. And I, as a writer, think making research for writing easier should be part of my job. And when it comes to research, the part of research I can help you with is Mexico. If you have more things you would like to know about Mexico, ask in the comments. I will work on it. I will make a video for it, because I really want to help you write better, because it's part of my trade as a writer, and because an AI won't help you with this. AIs are very useful to make the things easier, that's for sure. But if most of you, the large majority of you, don't know this, there is a good chance an AI won't know it either. At least not if you write it in your language, because that's the funny part. You can get different results depending on the language you write it. Maybe if you write it in Spanish, but then the AI will respond with something that basically takes it for granted. That's the thing. Some things are just so taken for granted that you really need to ask a Mexican to know them. Well, that's for today. Have a good one.